So this is Science 1 for SSCS Module 4, Quarter 3. This is supposed to be for week 5, so not for week 4. Okay, write your name before we begin. Okay, so module 3, module 4 for week 5, it's about light, the second part on our topic about light, which is the effects of too much exposure to light. Let's begin. So the lesson, effects of too much exposure to light. So the sun is very hot and very bright. Although the sunlight has many good effects on us, one should not expose himself to the sun too much. Too much heat and light can harm us. In this module, we will learn about the effects of too much exposure to light. So our objective, with the help of teacher Sheena. Hi, I am teacher Sheena. I'm going to guide you in your journey to this learner's material. At the end of the module, you should be able to identify the effects of too much exposure to light, describe the proper ways of protecting oneself against too much exposure to light. We begin with our pre-test. Directions: color the sun yellow if the statement is correct. So you will be using your yellow crayon to answer the pre-test. Let's begin. Number 1. The light of the sun makes the surroundings bright. The light of the sun makes the surroundings bright. Number 2. Too much light can harm our eyes. Too much light can harm our eyes. Number 3, we use an umbrella to protect us from the harmful rays of the sun. We use an umbrella to protect us from the harmful rays of the sun. Number 4, we can stay under the heat and light of the sun for as long as we want. We can stay under the heat and light of the sun for as long as we want. Number 5, UV rays from sunlight can cause skin damage. UV rays from sunlight can cause skin damage. Okay, if you're done, I wish to congratulate you. I suggest that you take the learning module seriously to learn more. Okay. Beginning with engage, find me. Okay, I will enlarge it for it to be more visible. Okay, there are safety items in the picture that you may need on a bright sunny day. Circle the ones that you can find and list them below the picture. So from the illustration, so there are secret items that are helpful, that can be used to protect ourselves or that we may need on a bright sunny day. So you have to encircle them first. So if you prefer using crayons in encircling, you may do so. And then after which you have encircled them, you have to list down below. So in any order, so there are 10 blanks. So therefore, you will be looking for 10 items from the picture. So to finish this, you may pause this video or you may go back to this portion after the video. Okay. On the next page, explore A. Too much sun is no fun. Study the pictures below. Color the rays of the sun that points to an effect of too much exposure to sunlight. So on the page for Explore A, we have a sun at the middle, and then there are rays pointing to different pictures. So if this picture shows of effect of too much exposure to sunlight, you have to color the rays pointing at it. So what are the choices? So heat stroke, wilted plants, sunburn, skin cancer, dehydration, skin aging, eye damage. So, the effects of too much exposure to sunlight. Okay, next page, explore B. Ways to prevent exposure to too much light. Directions, check the pictures on the picture itself. So check the pictures that show the proper ways to prevent too much exposure to heat and light from the sun. So if this picture shows on how you prevent from too much exposure, then you have to check on the picture. It's on the picture, but if not, just leave it blank. Okay, so what are the choices, or what are the pictures about? So this one, the first picture, playing at noontime. So siguro mga about 11 or until 1. And next, wearing sunglasses. Applying sunblock or sunscreen. Using an umbrella. So there are only 4 pictures. So you decide which pictures should you check and which pictures should not be checked. Okay, page 6, explain. So there are 2 questions. Answer the following questions. So what are the effects of too much exposure to light? So you may mention maybe 3 to 5, only short phrases or words. And then number 2, in what ways can you prevent too much exposure to heat and light? So what should be done? So you may list, pwede you can use numbering. So number 1, your first idea. Number 2, number 3. Or if you can think of more than 3, pwede. Okay, so let's now go to the discussion. Effects of too much light, exposure to light. Effects of too much exposure to light. So, light and heat are useful, syempre. So, we discussed that when we talked about the plants, the different parts of the plants. So, we also mentioned that sunlight helps the plant in manufacturing or in making their food. Okay, so also with sun, it is also helpful to us. So, but how can it be harmful to us? So, the sun provides energy to the earth, so in the form of light. Some rays of light from the sun, called ultraviolet or UV rays, are invisible. So, hindi siya nakikita, but UV rays can cause sunburn. So, ano ba yung sunburn? So, sunburn, paso, pero ano pa lang siya, kumbaga sa paso, so mild pa lang siya. But still, the skin with sunburn may be red and feel warm. So, yung nasa picture, to touch and may blister or peel. Kaya pala pag nag-swimming, namumula, and then later on, nagiging dark, tapos sunod, yung may magbabakbak na. So, yun, indicator yun na your skin, you had your sunburn, nasunog, and then, it starts to peel kasi may pumapalit ng parang new top layer. Okay, so sunburn, so yung mga mahilig mag-swim, magbabad under the sun, so sunburn can be painful, mahapdi yan. So imagine parang napasok talaga. Tapos especially when you don't wear any, sa mga boys, yung walang shirt parang topless, so for sure you will experience yung mahapding likod. So that is already sunburn. And then the most serious problem caused by too much exposure to the sun's UV rays is skin cancer. So pag palagi naman babad, so one of the causes would be skin cancer. So ang nangyayari, parang I've seen yung a person with skin cancer, masyado siyang sensitive ang skin niya. So, konti lang mas madaling masugat. So, yun. So, wala na siyang protection with regard to the skin. Okay. So, besides sunburn, so, meron na effects ng too much exposure, sunburn. So, besides sunburn, too much exposure to UV rays can cause skin damage. So, ang tawag na doon, sunburn can also be considered as skin damage. So, aside from that, what are other skin damage? What are the other skin damage that we can experience because of too much exposure? First is dark patches. Ayan. So, yung iba, if they nakikita ko sa iba, they would prefer my freckles na. Pero, pag nasobrahan naman, yung mga may brown, so minsan nilalagay pa, dinadagdag as makeup. But, for real, ano na siya, sign of skin damage na. So, mas lalo na doon sa mapuputi when they are exposed to too much sun. So, may mga, hindi siya sunburn, pero may mga brown spots na siya. So, like with this one, dyan sa ano na yan, sa illustration. So, this is a picture of dark patches. So, there are doctors who claim na pwede siyang maalis, pero in reality, minimize lang siya. Nalalighten lang, but still, dark patches won't be healed. So, nandiyan na talaga siya. Mas lalo na if you are grown, if you are an adult, tapos mahilig pa rin exposing yourself to sun, so mas lalo siyang dadami. At saka minsan, parang may mask na yung iba kasi madami na siya. Yan. So, next, loss of skin elasticity or the sagging skin. So, dahil sa parang ano siya, na sosobrahan exposure. So, ang nangyayari, wala na yung power ng skin na mag-heal or maging tight. So, it will sag. So, from the picture, if you take a look at the picture, so, ayan. So, sagging. So, from very tight, parang sa skin ng bata, very smooth. So, later on, pag nagtanda na, and then, you keep on exposing yourself under the sun, so, mangyayari, madami ng wrinkles, and then, yung medyo ano na siya, pababa na. Kasi, gravity na din. So, ano na siya, para hindi na kayang iangat. So, kulang ng elasticity. So, there is skin sagging. And then, wrinkles. So, together with skin sagging, kasi, ano na siya, kumbaga, naglulusan na yung skin. So, eventually, there will be wrinkles. So, yung sa matatandaan dito, may wrinkles na si teacher. So, yun na din. So, start of aging na din ang skin. Kasi, the skin also ages. So, and then, kapag naman mas maaga na nabababad sa sunlight, so premature aging of skin. So, early ang wrinkles, early ang pag-loosen ng skin. So, that's it. So, kung may isip nyo, yung mga farmers, yung madalas nasa bilad, and then, ano pang mga iba pang nasa trabaho, yung mga nasa resort, yung nasa mga nagtutour guide, mga nasa beach. So, usually, ang niya, hindi na sila pumuputi, palagi na lang ang mukhang sunburn, pero mas na din, aged na ang skin kasi palagi nang exposed sa sunlight. And too much exposure, yan, too much exposure also, aside from your skin being damaged, so alisin ko lang muna itong text na to, itong illustration. Okay, so aside from your skin being damaged, your eyes can also be damaged. So it can cause eye damage such as cataract, a condition that causes cloudy vision. So ito yung na-experience ng mga matatanda, wherein may may white, parang may white area sa mata. And then, medyo cloudy na. So, iba na ang vision nila. Not as clear as you have. Kasi ang bata, masyadong malino ang paningin. Pero, for those who have this eye damage, so hindi malinaw na. So, yan yung palaging exposed. And then, also skin cancer around the eyes, sunburn to the cornea, the clear layer that covers the front of the eye. So, dahil sa masyadong madami ang na-receive na ilaw, so na-damage din. Kumbaga, hindi nakakaya ng mata na ma-filter kung ano lang yung tamang ilaw. So, ganun ang nangyayari sa mata. Okay, next one. Staying too much or longer. Staying too long under the heat and intense light of the sun can cause heat stroke and dehydration. So, ano yun? Okay, so heat stroke, ito yun, pag sobra ng babad, I've seen this doon sa batang, yung parang nag-swimming sila and then pagkarating pa lang sa resort, nag-swim na agad and then tinawag lang para kumain ng konti, tapos balik agad. So, later on, yung bata, he got fever and then hindi na siya pinagpapawisan. So, may ano na siya, the child went home not feeling well. So, ano na yon, indicator na yun, or sign na yun ng heat stroke. And then, dehydration, it means kulang na yung liquids in your body. So, syempre, sa sobrang init, and then without replenishing or without drinking water, so that will lead to dehydration. Okay, so precautionary measures to prevent too much exposure to light. So, ano naman pwedeng gawin para makaingat, makaiwas? Okay, first, you should not look directly at the sun or any bright light. It can be harmful to your eyes. So, masakit talaga sa mata. Sa matatanda, they would experience migraine or severe headache kasi pag masyado ng maliwanag, so masakit na din sa mata, then affecting the other body parts. So, you may also use, para to protect yourself, you may use umbrella. So, not only for rainy days, a hat or a cap to protect your head. Kaya sa yung mga nasa resorts, they would use yung mga wide brim, kagaya nitong pictures ng bata. Okay, kagaya nitong picture ng bata. The child is wearing a wide brim hat. So, kasi, ano siya, parang kumbaga sa payong. So, mas malaki yung area na may shade. So, to protect yourself. And then, you can also use sunglasses to protect your eyes from the glare of the sun. So, I have here two kinds of glasses. Ilagay ko muna sa gitna. Two kinds of glasses. One is in yellow shade and then the other one parang ano na siya, dark gray or black shade. So, which do you think is better to use on a sunny day? Ito ba ang yellow, may yellow na lens, or yung may dark gray na lens? So, to protect your eyes, hindi ibig sabihin na kapag naka-shades, pamporma lang so that you would look parang in fashion. So, it's not that. So, it is used to protect your eyes. Ano po? So, which is a better pair of glasses? This is. So, this is a better pair of glasses kasi the darker the lenses, the better. Kasi ito, ano lang to, parang pamporma. So, para yellow, colorful. So, pero, the one you should use is the darker sunglasses. So, yan. And then, another one, itabi ko na muna to. Okay, and then another one. Let's now proceed. So apply sunblock lotion on all the exposed parts of your body before swimming or staying under the sun. So I have here two kinds of sunblock. Dito muna tayo mag-focus. Two kinds of sunblock. Same brand, Banana Boat, pero yung pinagkaiba sa label. So one is nakalagay dyan, Sport Sunscreen Lotion, SPF 110. Yung isa naman, Banana Boat, New Ultra Sport. Masyadong maliit. So, pero nakalagay dyan, SPF 30. So, to protect yourself, to protect your skin, so you should use sunblock. But which one is better? Ito bang 110 or 30 na SPF? So, SPF is the is parang level of protection from getting sunburned. So the higher SPF, it means the better. So it means this one is better, while other better than the one with SPF 30 kasi mas ito. Kaya if you notice, yung mga sunscreen or sunblock lotion that are for kids, it has higher SPF compared with the one for adults. Yan. So, tapos, yan. And then after exposing yourself, so syempre, you will still get sunburn, pero hindi na siya masyadong mahapdi. So, it would be better na every, siguro 2 hours being under the sun, apply ka ulit. So, apply. So, hindi ibig sabihin na one time, and then maghapon ka na magsiswim sa dagat na on a sunny day. So, dapat, mga every 2 hours or every 3 hours, mag-a-apply ka. You will still get sunburn, pero hindi na siya mahapdi na masyad. Hindi na siya kasing hapdi, unlike without applying sunblock lotion. And then, after being exposed to sunlight, being sunburned, so mahapdi din siya. So it would be better na mag-a-apply din kayo na something na pang-relief ng sunburn. So like aloe vera. Pero meron na sa atin, meron nang nabibili na hindi na yung plant mismo, kasi kung plant, may preparation. But with this one, if you're going to use this one, parang aloe gel, so it will be helpful in the repair of your skin being sunburned. So, na-try ko na yan. Ma-press ko, hindi na mahapde. Unlike when I was young, naalala ko noon, babad din sa dagat. Pagkakatapos, dagat, yan, may konting iyakan na kasi mahapdi na the next day. Tapos lalagyan pa ng lotion. Yung lotion pala, mainit yon sa katawan, kaya mahapdi pa din. But unlike yung aloe gel, yon, refreshing. Saka hindi siya mahapdi. Kumbaga, it suits yung hapdi from being sunburned. And the next one, number 5, you should avoid swimming or playing for long hours under the intense heat of the sun. Ang kumbaga, kainitan on a sunny day, it's between, siguro minsan nga 10 a.m. So, mainit na yan. Until, minsan, binagbabawalan pa rin kasi pag 3 p.m. mainit pa din. So, for etong time na to, between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., you should avoid playing under the intense heat of the sun. So, better, early in the morning, pwede pa yan. So, nakakatulong yan para maka-generate ng vitamin D. Ang mga foods that are rich in vitamin D, if you spend siguro pa siya, better pa ang 7 a.m. So, okay pa ang 7 a.m. to siguro mga 9 to 10. So, pwede pa siya. Pero minsan masobra ng init, especially during summer. And then, pag sa hapon naman, minsan nga sunny, masyado pang mainit pag 3 p.m. 4 p.m. na. So, we're mga about 4 p.m. pwede na. So, yan. But in between, hindi siya pwede. Or else, you will get sunburn, pwede ka magka-heat stroke, you will experience dehydration, tapos uuwi ka pang mabantot. Yan. So, that is about how to protect yourself from exposure to sunlight. Okay, so in summary, or the important points that we have to remember. So the sun's heat and light are very important to us, but that too much exposure to the sun's heat and light can be harmful to us. So pag something na sobra, syempre masama na din yon. So sunburn, eye damage, and skin cancer are some of the effects of too much exposure to light and heat. Avoid looking at the sun, protect your skin from too much sunlight by applying lotion, yung sunblock or sunscreen, wearing hat, and protective clothing. Okay, so apply your learning, words of advice, directions, read the scenario below, and be able to give Anna the correct advice she needs. Okay, so what is it about Anna, and how are we going to help Anna? So Anna and her family will be going for a swim on a very hot sunny day. So parang summer na din talaga. So to protect her from the harmful effects of too much light, what do you suggest she should do? Write your suggestions below. So now that you learned about how to protect yourself, so it's this time it's your turn to share what you have learned to Anna. So, ano bang maipapayo mo kay Anna so that she won't get sunburned, she won't get dehydrated, or she won't experience heat stroke. So, what should she do? Okay, list down here. Use short answers. Next, test yourself. Part 1, directions. Name the following dangers of excessive exposure to light from the sun. So, name them. Ano ba itong mga nararamdaman na to? So, these are the effects or the dangers. So, one blank represents the one letter of the word. So, yan. Ito may space. So, it means it is a two-word answer. Next one, yan na, may nagbabakbak na. So that's for number 2. Number 3, ito naman, it's a two-word answer. Next one, ito naman. And then the last one, this. So it's 5 items for part 1. Next, part 2, draw a happy sun beside the statement that shows how to prevent too much exposure to light, and draw a sad sun if it does not. So, lalagyan mo na lang ng happy or sad face ang sun. Okay, number 1, wear sunglasses to protect your eyes from very bright light. I repeat, wear sunglasses to protect your eyes from very bright light. Number 2, apply sunscreen or sunblock before going outdoors. Apply sunscreen or sunblock before going outdoors. Next, number 3, play in the shade when you can. Sa lilim. Play in the shade when you can. Number 4, drink enough water when playing outdoors on a sunny day. Drink enough water when playing outdoors on a sunny day. Next, number 5, use umbrella only when it rains. Use umbrella only when it rains. Okay, we're done with page 10. Reflect. Wow, congratulations for finishing this module. What have you learned? Put a check under the proper column. So if you learned this item, you put a check under yes, or if not, you put a check under no. So I can identify the effects of exposure to too much light. So is it a yes or no? Next, I can describe the proper ways of preventing too much exposure to light. So did you learn something about this? You put a check under yes. But if not, you put a check under no. Okay, glossary. The following terms used in this module are defined as follows. So exposure, it means condition of being unprotected or uncovered. Next, sunburn, inflammation, and damage of the skin caused by overexposure to the UV rays of the sun. Next, cancer, a group of diseases with one thing in common, the uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells in the body. And then ultraviolet or UV rays, rays from the sun that cause sunburn. These invisible rays are part of the energy that comes from the sun. Overexposure to UV rays can also cause skin cancer, premature aging of the skin, and eye damage. Okay, post test. Write yes if the statement is correct and write no if it is not correct. Number 1. Too much exposure to the sun's heat and light can cause heat stroke and dehydration. Too much exposure to the sun's heat and light can cause heat stroke and dehydration. Number 2. Unprotected skin and eyes can burn quickly on a hot sunny day. Unprotected skin and eyes can burn quickly on a hot sunny day. Number 3, too much light is good for our eyes. Too much light is good for our eyes. Next, number 4, avoid being in the sun between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Avoid being in the sun between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Number 5, wearing hats can protect our heads from the sun. Wearing hats can protect our heads from the sun. So if you're done until number 5, hi, I am back to congratulate you again. I hope you got a perfect score by this time. But if you still have some errors, you may read the module again or set a conference with your teacher until you learn. So good job! So this is timely kasi it's summertime. So if you learn something from here, then you can apply or you can do it when you spend your family time with spend family time sa ano yan, sa by the beach or sa by the pool. So that's it. You're done with science.